Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a delicious recipe. It's a healthy, creamy, and easy dessert. With no condensed milk, no heavy cream, no sugar, no wheat flour, and it's gluten-free. You're going to love it. It's very simple to make. You don't even need to know how to cook. The flavor is amazing and the texture is wonderful for those moments when you want to eat a healthy dessert, whether as a treat, as an afternoon snack, because it's so nutritious it works for that too, or just to satisfy your sweet tooth. You're going to love it. Stay until the end. You won't want to miss this. Just a reminder, I always leave the ingredients with their quantities and the nutritional information for the recipe down below in the description, so you can make it at home too. Tell me down below in the comments, what time of day do you crave something sweet the most? Is it for dessert, as an afternoon snack, at supper time, or right before bed? Write it here for me, and I'll bring you more delicious ideas for healthy sweets. So, I'm going to blend in the blender. Look how easy this is, my very ripe banana. You could mash it with a fork until it turns into a puree, but I don't want any banana chunks. I want it to be a smooth cream, so I'm going to use the blender, which is more practical. Now, if you don't have one and want to mash it, that works too. The most important thing is to choose a very sweet banana with more black spots, because that shows it's really ripe, and that's a key point in this recipe, because as I mentioned, there's no sugar, no sweetener, nothing. So that's an interesting detail. Along with the banana here, let me lower this since it's going to blend anyway. That's not a problem. I'm going to add a little water to make it easier to blend. I'm also going to add my cocoa powder here. This is 100% cocoa, so we'll get all the benefits of cocoa. It's antioxidant, rich in fiber, helps with a sense of good mood and well-being, and of course, that wonderful chocolate flavor we love. If you don't have 100% cocoa, you can use 70%. Just look for a good quality cocoa so you get the benefits in your recipe and that flavor we love. I'm also going to add a bit of nutmeg and a bit of cinnamon. This is optional. If you don't have them, that's fine, but if you do, add them in. These spices are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory. Cinnamon helps control blood sugar. Nutmeg also helps with a sense of well-being and good mood, and they both add flavor. Since we're not adding sugar here, we need to season this recipe even though it's sweet. Sweet dishes should be seasoned too. So if you don't have them, you can leave them out. Tell me, do you usually use spices in your sweet recipes too? And by the way, if you like healthy, easy, affordable, and quick dessert recipes, leave a like, and I'll come back and make more recipes like this for you. Let's blend it. All right, it's already blended. I'm going to use this same bowl where the banana was, that's fine, and I'll put it in the microwave to cook it just like we do with microwave sweet creams, which means every 30 seconds I'll stop and stir. If you want to cook it in a regular pan, that works too. Just keep stirring until it reaches a firm and creamy consistency. Tell me which method you prefer. I'm going to do this and I'll be back in a bit because we still have the topping to make, so hang on. Look, I microwaved it in 30-second intervals, just like I told you, for about 3 minutes, and you'll get this texture. Why do I say about? Because it depends on the power of your microwave, between 3 and 4 minutes. The important thing is to reach this texture. Look, I'm going to transfer this over here and wait for it to cool down before we make our topping, because otherwise it won't work. So I'll let it cool here and the consistency will change. After it reaches room temperature, I'll put it in the fridge for a bit to make it even firmer, because the consistency changes a lot. So first, I'm going to smooth it out here. Look at this amazing consistency. And then once everything is at the right temperature, I'll come back so we can make our topping. Hold on. So I took our banana and cocoa mixture out of the fridge, and it's already nice and firm, as you can see here. I'm going to make a topping that's just wonderful, so I suggest you do it exactly like this. I'll use plain yogurt as the base. Remember that I have a video here on the channel teaching how to make it from scratch, but if you choose to buy a good yogurt, it should basically only have milk or reconstituted milk and lactic ferment. To the yogurt, I'm going to add a bit of powdered milk. Just a reminder, powdered milk doesn't have sugar. This is a question a lot of people have. And I have an entire video explaining more about the pros and cons of powdered milk and precautions to take when consuming it. What to look for on the label when buying it. If you want to know more about this, I'll leave the link below for you. And I'm also going to add a bit of fresh ricotta here. If you want to substitute it with cottage cheese, for example, or use my homemade white cheese recipe from the channel, that works too. So I'm going to give all of this a good mix here until it turns into a cream. The consistency turns out amazing. Look, it almost looks like whipped cream. You're going to love it. I even made a bit of a mess here when I put it in. If you want to add a bit of vanilla, you can, or if you want to add a few drops of sweetener, that's up to you. I didn't add anything because I think the powdered milk already sweetens it, but it's really up to you and what you prefer. Now, all we have to do is spread everything out here and then taste this delicious treat. Look, now I'm going to cut a piece so you can see. I left it in the fridge for a bit to make it creamier and give it an even more interesting texture. Look at this. Make it, you're going to love it. I even grabbed another spoon here so I could scoop it out because it has an amazing texture. Look at this. Make it, you're going to love it. It's incredible how it turns out. Look, now a closer look so you can see the texture. It's really amazing. So tell me, when are you going to eat this delicious treat? I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video, that's really important to me and helps this recipe reach other people who need it. Speaking of which, if you already know someone who would like this, go ahead and share it now. Let's spread this chain of goodness together. That's what I want here on the channel. Let's try it. The flavor is amazing. It's super sweet. One of the most delicious desserts I've made lately. You're going to love it. Make it for an afternoon snack as a dessert. See you next time. Bye.